Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I am Alderman Gowtam Maharaj, Chairman of the PDRC Regional Corporation. This morning, I bring a report from the people of Pinal-Debe. In particular, I want to stand with the people of Quina-Mondiablo, who have asked me to raise the question as to when will be the by-election for Quina-Mondiablo. On December of last year, we lost our Councillor Dipi Ramnath. And early in January, the PDRC Council declared the seat vacant and sent the appropriate documentation to the Minister of Local Government, and subsequently that have been forwarded to the Attorney General. We therefore expect that a by-election be called. Why? Because in any local government framework throughout the world, it is an important aspect of having a councillor in place. So why are the people of Quina-Mondiablo denied a councillor when their services are being hurdled and stymied at this point in time? We, the PDRC, stand with them, though, as we see recently in the water woes and currently the water horrors that they are having, and even throughout Pinal-Debe to be able to service them. Getting back to the by-election, we have seen the history has been with this government in the case of Belmont, in the case of Barataria, and even within Pinal-Debe, when we lost Parashottam in the Debe South electoral district, only when legal action was threatened or the villagers protested, then we got action from the government to declare the date for a by-election. So I say this time around, if legal action is what you're looking for, you have come to the right place. Because we stand with the people of Quina-Mondiablo demanding representation. And representation comes through having that by-election and having a councillor in place. On September 4th last year, the people of Pinal-Debe celebrated. September 4th, 7 p.m. at the Debe Secondary School, from the news of the Minister of Planning and Development, that Pinal-Debe will be afforded attention through a $10 million US dollar grant that has been afforded to Trinidad and Tobago, and that this will be spent in the South Oropouche River Basin. I did not emphasize what happens when rain comes, and we are on the threshold of the rainy season, where people are submerged in water beneath 5 and 6 feet. You can see here pictures of what happens in Pinal. You can see inside of persons' homes the depth of water. This grant was expected to be used in the South Oropouche River Basin. The question I'm asking this morning on behalf of the people of Pinal-Debe is, where is this grant? Where has it been expended? I have written to the Minister of Planning and Development, which you can see here, asking of this since March. The answers came through media and newsprint and so on, that we're doing data collection, preparation, all of that. We are at the 11th hour. People's lives will be affected. Do you know what it is? You saw the picture. When the floods come, people are marooned. We recall the horrendous experience of the children at the last floods when they could not go to write their mathematics exam. Imagine the anxiety you already have as a child going to write an exam. And now you're marooned, and no word from the Ministry of Education in that case. No word from the Army, no word from the ODP to be able to lend support. It was good Samaritans that came out from the villages and used innovative means of wheel tractors and so on to take children to school. We do not want a repeat of that. So we are saying to the Ministry of Planning, if you have received this grant, start while you do the planning, and I understand the need for planning and support it. Start with the big ticket, low-hanging fruits. We need an excavator on the ground now. We have the channels such as the Chowdhury Channel, the Paro River, the Komata River, the Jack Nyron River that needs cleaning. Also, for one to understand asset ownership, the rivers in Pinal-Debe, which are in some cases 14 meters long, spanning from La Romaine to Quinam, which is the 264 kilometer square region. We need those excavators. The assets are owned by the Ministry of Agriculture, by the Ministry of Works, the major rivers. The PDRC owns the roadside drains, of which we are cleaning. But we require, where these drains, over hundreds of them, outfall into the rivers, for those channels to be clean also. The Ministry of Agriculture, I wish to give you information, Minister of Agriculture. Your 210G John Deere excavator is sitting at the Extension Office awaiting parts over 2 months now. And this is factual information, because through our regional coordinating meeting, we garnered these facts. Get that excavator up and running, get the parts into it, and let us clean those channels. To the Ministry of Works, There are floodgates that have been put down since the time of cane plantation and rice plantation. These are basically abandoned, but they form an obstacle in the water channels. So we need your engineering department to be there assessing and removing the gates or opening them, because they cause an obstruction and create flooding and havoc. The number 14 gate needs attention in the woodland area. The need for engineering is also in the Rock Road area. Mulch and Trace to the BDR Road is a sea of horror when rain comes, and we need some culverts to be redirected in that particular area. It is easy to say that there will be flood or there will not be flood, but one must understand the pain that a family feels. When we hear of a cow die or cows that have died, we just think, okay, it is a death. But the pain is that that cow would have been an income-earning animal for that family. And that item, when lost, now prevents a child from going to school, prevents members of the family from achieving medical attention. And this is how horrendous it is. So I appeal to the hearts and minds of the ministers to please approve these excavators to be out in the Penal Labor region. Let us clear those channels. Let us get those engineering works out of place quickly. And I'm certain with those actions, we'll be able to alleviate flooding. I call again on the Minister of Planning for the Flood Adaptation Project, the South Overpooch River Basin, to be able to come out and let us get those channels cleared. Let us get those floodgates that are causing obstructions removed, and to be able to help the people of Penal Labor so they do not experience this again of flooding that causes so much havoc. In fact, right now, I will say that people are trembling in fear of what will happen if a shower comes. So I beg that you hear my call on behalf of the residents of Penal Labor and attend to it immediately.